I'm so disgusted. The Magic have played the Knicks twice this season, and in both matchups, the Magic have made the Knicks look small and soft in each and every game. Once again, they did whatever they wanted to do inside the paint, and it didn't matter who the Knicks had inside, including Mitchell Robinson. The Orlando Magic have exposed a major weakness with the Knicks. And if that's not bad enough, the Knicks not only lose another game on the road, in the process, they lose Landry Shamet to injury. During the game, it looks like he suffers another injury to the same shoulder that he dislocated last season. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. This episode is presented by FanDuel. We have a goal of trying to reach 40,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you enjoy daily Knicks content, please hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. The Knicks get exposed. We'll get to the game in a second, but first, I want to talk about Landry Shamet and that serious shoulder injury that he suffered last night against the Magic. Let's take a look and see exactly what happened. During the first quarter, about 2 minutes and 43 seconds into the game, Landry Shamet tried to tightly guard Jalen Suggs as he brought the ball up the floor, but then he was met by a hard screen near midcourt by Wendell Carter Jr. Just to remind you guys, Wendell Carter Jr. is 6'10", 270 pounds. This man is a monster. And when he delivered that screen, Landry Shamet crumpled to the floor. He was writhing in pain. You can see it. He gets up immediately. He is grabbing his arm. He is heading straight for the locker room, and that is it. His night is over. He does not return. And unfortunately, with Landry Shamet, we don't have any updates at this point in time in terms of how serious the injury is, how long he's going to be out for, if he's going to need surgery or not. However, thanks to Mikal Bridges, after the game, he spoke with the media and he talked about how he saw Landry Shamet at halftime and how Shamet was feeling after the injury. And shout out to Steve Popper of Newsday for getting us this following information from Mikal Bridges. According to Bridges, he said the following about Landry Shamet and his shoulder injury after the game. According to him, dealing with probably the same shoulder thing, praying for the best and hoping for everything to be okay. Definitely going to need him. I saw him during the half. He said he was okay. As long as he's okay, his mental is okay. He knows more than me, but he's in good spirits. Given everything we just saw, this is a very encouraging update from Mikal Bridges on his longtime friend Landry Shamet and that shoulder injury. However, Bridges did confirm that the shoulder Landry Shamet injured was that same shoulder from last season that he dislocated. And that is a major problem because if he has another injury to that shoulder, rehab may not only be enough. This time around, he might need surgery. And if he does need surgery, that's going to take him out for the rest of the season. Once we get more updates about Landry Shamet and his injury status, I promise you, we'll drop more videos about him and give you guys those updates. Losing Shamet is one thing, but that's not the only bad thing that happened last night. Yes, the Knicks lost the match to the Orlando Magic. We lost the game. Essentially, at one point in time during the game, it was an 18-point lead in favor of the Magic. They were blowing out the Knicks. So you're thinking to yourself, it probably can't get much worse. But oh, yes it can. In the process of the Magic beating down the Knicks, they exposed a major weakness, a major flaw with New York. And that flaw is the following. If you're more aggressive, if you're more physical, especially inside, then it doesn't matter what the Knicks are trying to do or trying to run. You can beat them, slow them down, and frustrate them. And last night, that's all the Orlando Magic did to New York. And it worked. Every single time it worked. And because of that, the Magic were able to beat the Knicks 133 to 121. And shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this updated information and these latest odds on who was supposed to win the game last night between the Knicks and the Orlando Magic. And while it was close, based on the money line, FanDuel gave the edge to the New York Knicks. But unfortunately, once again, the New York Knicks could not get the job done on the road. Even worse, they could not get the job done against a very physical Orlando Magic team that dominated them inside the paint every single time. I have never seen a team in my entire life take advantage of the Knicks so easily inside, get whatever they wanted inside, no matter who is inside. Mitchell Robinson, and I love Mitch. I think he's a great shot blocker, one of the best offensive rebounders in the game. That's all true. He was cooked last night by Franz, but it wasn't only Mitchell Robinson. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Jordan Clarkson, Karl-Anthony Towns. No matter who it was inside the paint, the Magic were getting anything they wanted as easily as they wanted it. There was no communication. There was no consistency. There was no help defense. If you got by one Knick player, it was a free lane, a free pass all the way to the rim. And if you play like that, you're not going to be able to win. Doing it one time against the Knicks, that's one thing. The Magic essentially beat the Knicks the exact same way in both matchups. That exposes New York and their weakness inside. And I'm not the only one who's noticing this. NBA insider with the New York Post, Steph Bondy, also saw the same thing. He knew in that fourth quarter when the Magic were going on their run and the Knicks could not get any stops and could not score any buckets. Everybody knew the game was over. The Knicks, according to Bondy, were practice cones on defense. A comeback was impossible under those circumstances. The Magic dominated New York so badly inside, they had 64 points inside the paint. That's how easy it was for them to score inside. No resistance, nothing. They did whatever they wanted to do against New York. And according to Josh Hart, he explained why. That's just a bad job on us. Obviously, there are guys who are out there that we could have played off a little bit better, and we didn't do that. We let guys drive across the paint and do all that kind of stuff with no help, no resistance. So we've got to watch the film and get better. Mikal Bridges also spoke about the Knicks defense and the weakness that was exposed against the Magic. According to him, defending on ball, we got to be better. But also, there was no secondary help, no second effort. That's the biggest thing. There are going to be blow-bys. There's going to be stuff that happens, miscommunications. But we weren't connected. We weren't on our toes and ready to make a play. I think we were on our heels a little bit and reacting late, which I think is unacceptable. You know, I always talk about the Knicks' three-point defense. I always mention how bad it is. And even last night, it was still bad against Orlando. Maybe Orlando didn't put up that many threes, but when they did put up threes, they were either wide open, had a clean look. The three-point defense from New York, it's still very bad. I believe they're the second worst team in the NBA at this moment at defending the three. That is terrible. That is not championship level, and they have to do better than that. And when it comes to their overall defense, maybe it's a little bit better, but not that much better. And clearly inside, against better teams, more physical teams, more aggressive teams, all of their weaknesses, all of them light up. They get exposed. And the Knicks, as a team, now need to come together to fix all of these weaknesses. To see Franz dance like that on New York all night long inside, like Mikal Bridges said, without any secondary help. He gets by Mitchell Robinson, there's no help. He gets by Josh Hart, no help. Against Jordan Clarkson, against Jalen Brunson, they're playing the mismatches. Those things are going to happen. Miscommunication is going to happen, but they were not connected for the entire night. It was one-on-one each and every single time. No help defense. The Magic took full advantage of that, and they dominated New York. Maybe it didn't look like that if you were watching the game, because for the first 3 quarters, it was a back and forth affair, a very close game. But then in that fourth quarter, New York, no stops. They can't stop anybody, and they can't score because Mikal Bridges is a ghost once again in the fourth quarter. Karl-Anthony Towns, any impact he had during the game, it really wasn't there in that fourth quarter. We really need to see both of these guys step up in a very meaningful way when the game is on the line. Well, there's something else to talk about. It can't just be Jalen Brunson. The other stars on this team need to step up, they need to contribute, and they need to help, especially Karl-Anthony Towns. On the road, Karl-Anthony Towns is playing some of the worst basketball of his entire career. Some of the worst shooting numbers we have ever seen in Towns' career. And this cannot happen. We are missing OG. Last night, we're missing Deuce McBride. We miss Landry Shamet. We are down a number of players. We need other players to step up. But instead, what happens? We can't play defense. We can't get stops. We allow the Orlando Magic to do whatever they want to do inside. And then in the fourth quarter, when the game is on the line, and let's remember, before the Magic made that run, the game was still close. Mikal Bridges, ghost appearance. He disappears. Karl-Anthony Towns barely does anything. Mike Brown can't get anything from the Knicks. They look defeated. They're playing defeated. And during the entire game, they allowed the Magic to carve them up in every single way. When you play a basketball game like that, no matter how good your offense is, no matter if you catch fire late in the game, it's not going to matter. You're fighting an uphill battle, and you can only get so close before the Magic do something else to separate themselves and grow their lead. They did that in the fourth quarter. They dominated New York, and they walked out with another W against the Knicks. New York has a lot to talk about, a lot to figure out. I wish I could be a fly on the wall during the Knicks' next film session, because I know Mike Brown is going to go in on some of these players, and rightfully so. We are a championship level team. At least we're supposed to be. That's how the entire league saw the Knicks coming into this season. Thankfully, it's early, and I believe they'll figure it out. But they need to figure it out, and they need to do it fast. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks dropping this game to the Orlando Magic 133-121? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.